Okay, the hockey coach self-assessment. So most coaches finish the season and rely on memory to evaluate what worked, but that's not how real development happens. So the coach assessment system gives you a clear, structured way to evaluate your season as a coach, identify what actually drove player development, and possibly expose the gaps holding you back. So if we look at the hockey coach self-assessment, a lot of the same layout you're going to see in the player assessments, both elite and development. If I go through here again on the bottom, you're going to have 4 tabs. I have a development assessment, I have an elite assessment, we have our overview, and we have our reference, just a reference on all the scoring, how things are working, an overview that tracks our progress throughout. So if I go back, I started the development assessment. We have our section with some of the characteristics. In the development one, I have practice design and delivery, skill development, game transfer, basic, player experience and environment, communication with both players and parents, team culture, and self-development or self-improvement. The elite assessment, a little bit more categories. Again, practice design, team identity and play style, game management, decision-making, individual player development, video and tracking, tactical detail, mental and competitive habits, staff management, results versus process, and again, self-development or improvement. So if I go through this, the scoring system, if you look at the top, it has a scale of 1, 2 to 5. So again, 1 being needs significant improvement, all the way to 5 being consistent and impactful. So if I look at the top here, you have your sections, your criteria, your reflection prompt. So this is the question you're asking yourself. You have the scoring system through a 1 through 5, and you have next year's priority, depending on what things you think you need to improve. You have an opportunity to make some notes. These are suggested indicators and evidence. And if I move over here, we have our auto scoring summary. So based on all the categories, it'll show you an average score from 1 through 5 and your percentage of completion. And then at the bottom, give you an overall average rating and your items completed. So really good way and very important to track. As a coach, you're developing yourself. Really good to understand assessing yourself as a coach, helping your players and helping you. If you're developing, it's only going to help your players develop. So if I go through this quickly, let's say I look at practice design and delivery, puck touches and engagement. Did my practices maximize puck touches and player engagement? I'm going to say, you know what? Yep. A lot of engagement in my practices. Game-based teaching. Did I teach skills through games and competition? Not just drills. Maybe I did a lot of drills. I didn't do a lot of small area games, things like that. I didn't. It was more drill focused. Maybe I'm going to give myself a 2. Organization and efficiency. Was I organized and effective with my ice time? Yes and no. Sometimes I was, sometimes I wasn't. Maybe I'm working full time, whatever the case may be. So you can kind of start to see what's going on here again with the auto color coding, some of my strengths, some of the weaknesses in this category. So on my next year priority list, practice design, did I maximize a lot of puck touches and engagement? Probably is a low priority, or for me, I did a really good job of that there. Game teaching, this might be a high priority for me. I want to implement a lot more games or how things translate into a game. And then my organizing, maybe I do want to do a better job. Maybe I'm going to also list that as a high priority for next year. So I can get, more station flow, quick stations, clear setup and communication. And again, this for the game-based stuff, a lot more smaller games, competitive learning as well. So if I move over and I go into our auto scoring summary, that's giving me an average score of 3. So again, that's taking the averages of this score. I've completed that section 100%. So again, we have our skill development, game transfer, player experience, communication, team culture, self-development, our auto averages, and our scoring items completed down here. So it works the same with the elite assessment. Through your overview, it'll show up in here for development ages. So on development ages, we've completed 3 categories, and we have 2 things that are high priority. So if I look at my overview, these kind of things should be in here. It gives me my overall score. and my rating. If this was an overall over the entire averages, my overview would tell me I'm a developing coach. So if I go back here and let's say I rank very high in these categories, it's going to give me a lot different scoring systems. I go back to the overview. Obviously, I have an elite rating of 4.67 out of 5. I've only completed 14% again because I've only done one category. But again, this is a really good tool as a coach to sit down, self-evaluate where you were in these categories. These are all important categories over 15, 16 years of coaching elite hockey from all levels, from learn to play to development, all the way to the Western Hockey League. These are all great categories to self-reflect and an easy way to track it. See, exactly identify what things that you think you need to work on, how you can develop those things, especially throughout the off season, leading into next season, so you can come in ready to go. So really good tool for coaches to self-assess.